There's an energy to the entire Black Hills, in Deadwood specifically. There is definitely an energy to the building. The Bullock Hotel is haunted. You can feel it. There are spirits here.
That was something else.
No, it sounded like a fingernail, tapping on the glass. That just sounded like somebody knocked on this door. That literally just sounded like somebody knocked on this door. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It was like a female voice, or like a little kid. It was like,
yeah. Oh, Eddie's picking up. Oh, it's EMF.
EMF and a cold chill.
666, which is kind of weird.
EMF and a temperature change, a cold drop.
Deadwood is a city in Lawrence County, South Dakota, and still embodies the rugged spirit of the Wild West to this day. In 1874, they discovered gold in the southern Black Hills of South Dakota, so miners moved to the northern Black Hills looking for more gold. They found a gulch adorned with dead trees and a river filled with gold, and overnight, Deadwood became a blossoming civilization.
Now, Deadwood wasn't just popular for its influx of gold. This town was also known as a lawless land, and it drew the attention of many very popular figures of the Old West. Wild Bill Hickok, Calamity Jane, Potato Creek Johnny, and Seth Bullock all made Deadwood their home. However, after a few short weeks of living in town, Wild Bill Hickok was actually murdered while playing a game of poker.
Wild Bill's killer, Jack McCall, was found not guilty by an impromptu camp court, then quickly fled town. This miscarriage of justice led for a huge demand for proper law enforcement to be established in Deadwood, and the governor looked to Seth Bullock, the former sheriff of Lewis and Clark County in Montana. Governor Pennington established Seth Bullock as the Sheriff of Deadwood in 1877.
Now, Seth would only serve as sheriff for about 9 months, but during this time he was able to deputize a number of residents and actually return some law and order to the town of Deadwood. He would go on to lose the next 2 elections for sheriff in 1877 and 1878, and he would return to running his hardware store that he had opened with his friend Sol Star. However, in 1894, one of the 3 massive fires that ripped through Deadwood burned down his hardware store, and instead of reopening, they built a 63-room luxury hotel on the same site, known as the Bullock Hotel.
This location served as a hotel for just about 100 years, and then in 1976, it became a hardware store, just like what Seth Bullock started with. Deadwood was in trouble economically. It was very close to becoming an Old West ghost town, but in 1989, they legalized limited wage gambling, and it breathed new life into Deadwood. In 1991, a different company purchased the hotel and restored it back into the Bullock Hotel. However, they changed the rooms around to accommodate modern codes and amenities, so instead of being 63 rooms, it is now less than 30.
With nearly 130 years of history, the Bullock Hotel has no shortages of claims of paranormal activity. There's actually reports that the basement of the building was used as an infirmary during one of the smallpox outbreaks in Deadwood, with ghosts of children being seen and heard throughout the entire building. One child in particular, named Sarah, has been experienced quite a bit up on the 3rd floor right outside room 302. Room 302 itself is also a hotspot for paranormal activity within the building, with guests reporting the feeling of being watched, touched while they're sleeping, objects moving, and disembodied voices coming from in the bathroom.
The most prevalent spirit at the Bullock Hotel is that of Seth Bullock himself. He's often seen around the entire hotel, and staff members often report him showing up when they're taking breaks while still on the clock. He's reminding them that they should still be working. In rooms 211 and 213, he is often seen, with 211 being part of his original room. In 213, they report that there's some sort of portal where energy comes through and spirits can often manifest from. You guys are about to see what we experienced during our overnight stay at Deadwood, South Dakota's most haunted hotel. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're in South Dakota, a state I never thought I'd visit, at the Bullock Hotel in historic Deadwood.
Yeah, this is a location that everybody knows about. It's been on a lot of the TV shows. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted buildings in Deadwood, which is supposed to be one of the most haunted areas out here.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get in here. This place has incredible history, a ton of history, a lot of different uses, so we don't really know who we're gonna run into here.
Yeah, also we went to Mount Rushmore today, which is another thing I never thought I'd do, so I'm really excited to get in here and see what Deadwood has to offer.
Not only that, but we're sleeping here, and we're sleeping in some of the most haunted rooms, so shout out to the Bullock Hotel guys. They hooked us up for this. We're gonna plug all their stuff down below. They do ghost tours. You can come check it out. Casino on the 1st floor. I mean, it's an awesome, awesome spot, but I'm excited to get in there. Let's see what we can get and spend the night at the Bullock. All right, guys. guys, we're starting out up here on the top floor, room 302. This is actually the room I'm going to be sleeping in. Now, this is one of the most haunted rooms on the 3rd floor. Yeah. Not only that, but right outside the door is what they call Sarah's playground. It's kind of where the little girl spirit has been seen a lot in this building.
Yeah, so we have a ton of devices set up in this room. Hopefully she'll want to play with them. You know, they light up to make some noise, so we think maybe that'll be enticing to a kid. But the history of this place is absolutely insane, as we just covered. But let's see what we get.
Yeah, Seth Bullock is supposed to be up here as well. They see him throughout the entire hotel, so we don't really know who we're going to interact with in here. Yeah. But I'm going to try to figure out who's going to be rooming with me tonight before I go to sleep. So we do have the DR60s as well in case we want to ask them questions. So let's just get into it and see if we can get them to interact.
Yeah. So Sarah's up here. My name is Dylan. This is Steve. Steve's actually staying in this room tonight. We just want to talk to you for a little bit. We have all these devices set up. They have lights and sounds that they make if you get close to them.
We're not here to hurt you. You're not in trouble. You don't have to leave. We're just here to communicate, learn about what life was like back then. A lot of people have seen you in this area, and they've heard you running around playing up here. Or Seth, if this is you, a lot of people have seen you walking around the halls of the hotel, still making sure everything's going how it should be.
Crazy thing about this trip too, guys, I'm sleeping in Seth Bullock's room, and that's where we're gonna end the night. Yeah. One of the most active rooms in the entire hotel.
Yep. So if you're in here with us, there's a bunch of different devices in here that have red lights on top of them. If you get close to them, if you wave your hand in front of them, if you touch the top of them like this, they'll light up. Look, they light up and they make noise. That's what all these different things do that we have set up in here. There's one over on the dresser, one on the bed, one on the window, one over here on this chair, and there's actually one right behind me here on the floor by the door. If you're willing to, could you touch the top of any of these devices for us so we know that you're in here?
We're just here to talk to you. You're not in any trouble. We've been told stories that you run around up here on the 3rd floor. That's why we set up these devices, so you can play with them. They're kind of like toys. If you need to, you can take energy from our devices that we have in our hands.
That just lit up. It didn't make a noise, but it just lit up.
You see what color it was?
Red. It was lying on the side. So temperature change, I guess.
Yeah. Can you touch the top of that device in the chair right there?
What was that? What was that? What was that?
It was kind of weird, yeah.
Something just tapped over here.
Yeah.
It almost sounded like it knocked, like tapped on the dresser.
Yeah. Either like the glass.
Yeah. That was super weird.
Yeah.
It was like I looked at it was like somebody's fingertip.
Because you can hear in the background there's like the HVAC or whatever. Right. But that was something else.
No, it sounded like a fingernail, like tapping on the glass.
We've probably been here for like 10 minutes between setting up and filming and everything, and we haven't heard that so far.
Did you just tap on something over there? The other cool thing about, and now it's picking up another cold
temperature,
spot. Yeah. Temperature change. Okay. Are you sitting in that chair?
If it's in your way, just move it out of the way. Push it off.
That's one of the wild reports here too. Like numerous times, people have seen things get thrown off of nightstands and dressers on command, like during investigations. Because a lot of people do come out here to investigate. We're lucky that we're hitting it right now, kind of in the slower season. There's like 2 other people staying in this hotel. Yeah. There's not a lot of people here.
But they report alarm clocks just going off randomly in the middle of the night.
Even if they're unplugged.
Yeah, unplugged alarm clocks, glasses being thrown, wild stuff.
So if you could you knock something off? One of these tables, one of these stands? Or any of the pieces of equipment we have, you can knock over. That's okay.
We're not going to tell on you. We're not going to get you in any trouble.
So Sarah, if that's you over here in the chair, can you get closer to that again so it makes that noise? You can see it's not going to hurt you. All you got to do is just get up right next to it. You hear that?
I can't tell what it was.
There's like more tapping over
here.
Yeah. That sounded more like that sounded like wood, not the glass this time. The last one sounded like fingertip on glass. That one sounded more like a tap on the wood.
Yeah.
We've also heard that you whistle when you walk around in here. Can you whistle a little song for us? Did you actually just hear that? Can you whistle a little song for us? Did you actually just hear that? Can you whistle a little song for us? Did you actually just hear that?
Yeah.
That was a whistle.
Yeah.
That was not anything else. That was, can you whistle? And it goes,
yeah.
That was in here.
Okay.
That was actually really weird.
Can you set off one of these devices that we have set up?
It was 100% a whistle in this room. I say, can you whistle for us? And it goes,
instantly, yeah. We understand it's probably weird that we're in here, all these devices set up. Again, we just want to talk to you. We love the history of this location, the history of Deadwood. We want to hear your story.
we're here all the way from New York. Very far away to talk to you. Could you close the bathroom door maybe? Just give it a little push.
Oh, Eddie's picking up. Oh, it's EMF.
EMF and a cold chill.
666, which is kind of weird.
EMF and a temperature change, a cold drop. Hey guys,
That's-
that microwave is not plugged in either.
Yeah.
Nothing over there is plugged in. Can you step back from that for a second so it stops? When was the last time the EMF on the Eddie went off?
I don't even, the Homestead like last year.
That's what I mean. Like the EMF
Public tours.
never goes off on that. Can you step over here towards us?
And it's holding. That's so weird.
But think about it. That's where we heard the noises. That's where we heard the noises.
Yeah.
The tap on the glass, the tap on the wood. But it's like EMF goes off.
Right.
And the temperature changes over there. You
Yeah.
picked up a cold spot.
And there's the yellow too. What is that, pressure?
Pressure and a cold spot, and EMF goes off. In the same area, we've been hearing the noises in the room.
Yeah.
And then it stops.
Do you like that device that we have set up? Or are you trying to manifest? It's next to a mirror. So what if mirrors are actually
like a
portals?
portal.
And it's trying to come through.
Right. Or did come through, or
that's-
just left.
Yo, that's wild, actually.
Or it's just somebody getting ready.
Right.
You know what I mean? This building has been
Warning
here
for
since
them.
1895.
Yeah.
This building. It was on top of the old warehouse, you know, obviously that burned down. So like there's a lot of history on this land, but it's been a hotel since 1895.
Right.
A lot of people have gotten ready in these rooms.
Right. Like I said, if you need to draw energy from any of these devices, feel free to. We appreciate you interacting with that. Is that another whistle? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear it that time.
It was like higher pitched.
I didn't even hear it, no.
That was weird.
Was it like the same kind of noise, like a longer, same noise?
I can't even mimic it. It was so high pitched, I can't even mimic it.
If this is Seth, can you touch that device on the dresser over there?
We have a lot of respect for you and what you did to. It was like a tapping again.
Yeah, same area over there. You also doing your rounds at the hotel? Making sure everything is being taken care of properly? Now again, guys, we did cover this before, but there's rumors and there's some stuff online that Seth died in the hotel. He did not. He died right down the street in his house. He passed away from cancer. So he did not die here, but he's one of the most prominent spirits in this entire hotel. They see him all over the place.
Yeah.
Martha, you know, is still here as well, just kind of hanging around.
Yeah. Can you open a door? Maybe one of the dresser drawers or the microwave door, if you know what that is.
We're going to be spending the night in this hotel. I'm staying up here. Dylan's staying down in Seth's room. And we actually have another hotel room rented here, so we can talk to everybody we can here. You feel free to follow us around if you want to get used to us first before you start talking a lot. If you want to get comfortable with us, you can come with us all night and move around. Do you like that there's a casino back on the first floor? Do you like watching people gamble like they used to here? It's weird because like we've had a few weird things, sporadic things, right? Like random, all of a sudden temperature fluctuations over here.
Yeah,
in this
EDI.
chair. And then all of a sudden EDA going off with the temperature.
EDA?
EDA is a new one. EDI. Yeah. EDI going off with the EMF fluctuation along with the temperature. In the spots we've been hearing sound like tap on glass, some tap on the dresser.
And that lines up with the theory that mirrors are portals too.
Right.
So if it just went off again.
EDI?
Yeah, the EMF is going on. It did 2 blips really, really quick.
Are you over there?
That was actually really weird.
Can you do that again?
It did 2 blips really quick.
Go up to this device right here. If you could. That's on the dresser.
I apologize if I startled you. I got excited. But this is a device we don't use too often. When we do use it, it doesn't go off too much. So you interacting with it is really cool to see. Is the mirror a portal? Were you like manifesting? Were you coming in from somewhere else or drawing power from it?
We have this other device that we can use that might make it easier for you to communicate with us. Should bring out Spirit Talker?
Yeah.
We haven't used that
Yeah.
in a while. So let's break that out. see if we can get anything with it here, and just see if that's the easier way for them to communicate.
Right, because we've gotten some pretty cool responses in the past.
And I wouldn't want to do, DR6 EVPs in here right now with that going on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to contaminate anything. So let's try Spirit Talker, see if we can get that to just kind of correlate with anything. Because something's here. Something is here.
Yeah, for sure.
So, let's do that.
Let's set it up here.
So Dylan's going to take out another device, okay? This new device, it should allow you to talk to us directly. You go up to it and you pick the word that you want it to communicate to us, okay? It's going to be over here on the bed, okay? So you don't have to get super close if you don't want to. It's right there.
I'll back up a little bit, give you some room. You should be able to speak into it or manipulate the EMF around it, the energy around it, so it spits out a word.
If you want to come from over here by the dresser where you are, you can walk by and touch that orange device again and come right over here and say something to us, okay?
There? Yeah, right over there.
Yeah, exactly. Come from over there or it's right over here. Come on over. That's kind of cool. Did you work at this hotel? Or did you just come here to gamble? Were you here during one of the disease outbreaks? Is that what happened? I mean, that's the thing. This place has so many layers to its history, right? And like, Deadwood was ruthless before Seth came here. I mean, it was literally a lawless town. Like, people were just getting shot.
Yeah, Wild Bill.
If you had any type of argument, you either fought, and if that didn't work, you got shot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, there was a lot of death everywhere here.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I mean, there's probably deaths in this building that they don't even know about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
just on the land too.
Right.
I mean, all the gold mining that they did out here, how dangerous that was.
2 massive fires. I mean, a lot went down here. There's a lot of just energy in this area, and you're also in the middle of the mountains, so you have all this stone.
Right.
I mean, a lot of things went on here, and there's a lot of energy and a lot of history in this area. Did you hear that?
The footstep?
It was another whisper. I heard another whisper.
Yeah.
And then that goes off. I heard this one was way longer. It was.
What does it sound like?
It was just like that. Which is, again, reports that they have. They have reports of people just walking around and whistling.
Well, I thought I heard like a footstep like above us, which doesn't make sense. Exactly.
But I mean, I guess when the warehouse was here originally, or the hardware store was here before it burned down, there could have been another floor up there.
Said orb.
Orb?
Orb.
Yeah.
Are you going to show yourself as a ball of light or energy? It was a longer whistle. It was like.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it that time. No, because I heard it was like a thud above us. Which again, it's the roof.
Right.
So.
Who's on the roof?
Get down from there.
We're going to move to a different area pretty soon, in a different room. We have a couple more rooms we're going to go to talk to people. Do you want to follow us?
We're going to be heading downstairs to room 211.
213. Both of these rooms. We know Seth's room was 211. Or what is now 211.
You've helped me.
You've helped me.
Helped you. Okay.
That's interesting.
How did we help you?
Well, I wonder if it's like a different, like we came in here and we're like, everybody still loves you because of everything that you did. Like people probably just come in here and they're like, what's your name?
Right.
What's your favorite color?
Can you do something?
Right. We came in here and we said, everybody loves you.
Right.
We appreciate what you did for Deadwood.
You've helped a lot of people. If this is Seth. Seth, is it okay if Dylan stays in your room tonight?
Hope so.
Because he is. I don't feel like anything we've gotten up here would be Sarah.
No.
Yeah, like a little kid running around, like the whistling. I know it probably doesn't make sense, but I wouldn't have thought of.
I'm only 6.
Oh.
That's actually fucking crazy.
You're like, it's probably not Sarah. And it's like, well, I'm only 6.
But I mean, I guess they wouldn't know, but it's rumored that she's maybe around 10.
Right.
But who knows?
Right.
And again, a lot of people were quarantined here during the sicknesses. They held them in the basement.
Yeah.
They had an infirmary down there. There was kids here. Kids passed away here.
Right.
I mean, they could be anybody.
Yeah.
Again, any kid that passed away here.
So we're sitting here, we're trying to talk to Sarah or whatever. Maybe it's another kid. It's
could
like,
be anybody.
I'm just sitting here waiting to be talked to.
Right.
You know.
You're only 6? Okay.
If your name isn't Sarah, you want to set off one of these devices, feel free. We didn't mean to exclude you.
Or tell us your name, and we can talk to you. Grace!
What?
Dude, I just got such goosebumps.
Yeah.
That's actually insane.
That's it. Like again.
What are the odds, man?
We said it before. Phone's on airplane mode.
What
like
are
there's
the
no way it's
odds?
connecting to like a Wi-Fi signal or anything.
That's
like,
crazy.
how?
Come on. Like, I just got such goosebumps.
It's not Sarah. It doesn't seem like a kid. I'm only 6.
Right. Okay. Well, if you're not Sarah, what's your name?
Grace.
Grace.
That's nuts.
That's crazy. Because what if they just been calling this little girl Sarah the whole time?
Right.
You know, it is this girl named Grace, and she maybe is 6. Maybe she's not 10.
Right.
And they're just guesstimating because people have seen a little girl running around here through the restaurant. You know, people have seen a little girl running through the restaurant. They've seen her up here playing, but it's not like they sat down and were like, "Hey, how old are you? What's your name? What's your birth date?" You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, I saw her super quick. She run by. She looked like she was about 10 years old."
Right.
And then some other group comes in and said, "Oh, we got the name Sarah."
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like we talked about in Madison too.
Right.
What if, you know, the spirit Sarah, like everybody's like, oh wait, they respond or they talk to me when I say I'm Sarah.
Right.
So
That's
there's
crazy.
6 different little girls up here that say they're
Did you
Sarah.
hear that tap again?
On the window?
It was another tap on the glass. Okay, Grace.
We hit a nail on the head. Do you respond to Sarah?
I mean, there could be a Sarah. There could be a Sarah. There could be a Grace. There could be anybody.
Right.
Do you want to play with any of these toys we brought? All these fun lights? Again, I'll show you. Look. It lights up all different colors. All you got to do is get close to it. Look at that. It's pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
Pretty neat, if you will. And I do want to point out, since we've been in here, EMF from the EDI goes off. Temperature fluctuation goes off. It's dropped over a degree.
Yeah.
It's at 65.4 now.
This was picking up warm spots too.
That's what I mean. 65.4. And if, again, anything, we're in the room, we're body heat talking.
Right.
The temperature should go up. We don't have the heat on. We don't have the AC on. Nothing's on. The temperature has dropped over a degree after the fluctuation and after the temperature change.
Yeah.
It starts dropping.
Right.
What a weird.
Very weird way to start.
It's like.
I'm hiding.
I'm hiding.
That's terrifying. Please don't.
Okay.
It's like open one of the cabinets, a kid pops out and runs out.
Like Insidious?
Yeah, literally.
That's like the best scene
Wow,
in that
I just
movie.
got really bad chills.
They
Thanks.
took the doors off that cabinet, so that's good.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the best scenes in that movie.
It is.
But, okay, hiding. What if they're scared of adults being in the room, or an adult and another kid being in the room, or they're playing hide and seek?
Yeah.
They see
I'd
her
rather
running
they didn't.
around. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, Grace, are you playing a game?
Do you want us to try to find you?
I'm not gonna look under the bed.
I was just thinking that.
No. Grace, if this is you, and you're hiding and you're playing a game, can you make another noise for us or set off one of these devices? We're gonna have to go downstairs in a minute, but you can come with us if you want.
We would love to talk to you more. We can set up these devices again if you want to play with them.
What's cool about it so far is it's been multiple pieces of equipment.
Right.
A couple different things.
Yeah.
And we hear the whistling, the taps,
It all confirms each other,
right.
you know?
It's super weird. And then, come on. The name Grace, when we say, maybe it's not Sarah, and she's like, oh, I'm only 6. Well, okay, well, maybe it's not Sarah. What's your name? I'm Grace. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Again, it shows intelligence, though.
Yeah.
It shows intelligence. I don't know. Weird. I mean.
Very good way to start, though.
A really interesting way to start, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it's one of these places that everybody knows is haunted, but it's not super well covered. There's not a ton of people that come out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially to investigate. It's a functioning hotel, so it's hard to catch it in a quiet time like this.
Especially in the summer.
Right, that's what I mean.
Like, we're an hour away from Mount Rushmore, which again, very cool, but
busy place.
Busy, yeah.
We got it in a very quiet time.
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's impressing me so far.
Let people know.
Let people know. What? Let people. I just got goosebumps again. Let people know. Hey, I'm not Sarah. I'm Grace.
Right.
I'm just a little kid. I'm 6. I'm not 10.
And we were saying it's not well investigated. Like, a ton of people don't come out here.
Let people know that I'm here.
That's nuts.
That's really cool.
Wow. Okay.
Man, I don't know. I'm excited to keep going, try out these other rooms, because your room is supposed to be the most haunted in the entire building. So we're supposed to be where Seth hangs out, is what his room was.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. We're going to go down. We're going to do an Estes session in 213, which is also supposed to be one of the most haunted rooms. Mm-hmm. We're going to do, it's like, they gave us the most haunted rooms in the building.
Shout out to the Bullock.
Yeah, the guys, awesome hotel. Super, super cool place. They have a casino in the lobby.
They do.
Why not? Right on Main Street. So it's a really, really cool place. We'll plug all their stuff down below. But they hooked us up. We're going to go down. We're going to get into 213. We're going to jump into an Estes session. I'm interested because, especially after this, right? Especially after the Spirit Talker, I'm interested to see how the Estes works. It might,
direct.
I feel like it's going to work.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to work really well here. So let's get down there. Let's do that. And then we'll keep going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Really quick, guys, if you enjoyed that session, make sure you drop down below and give us a like, because if we get 3,000 likes on this video, we're gonna head to Rapid City, South Dakota, and hit up the Hotel Alex Johnson, another historic haunted hotel. So drop a like. Let's get back to the video. All right, guys, so we moved downstairs to room 213. Again, this is supposed to be one of the most haunted rooms in the entire hotel. I'm gonna go under for the Estes because we had some really good stuff with Spirit Talker upstairs in what is supposed to be Sarah's playground or Sarah's area up on the 3rd floor. So we're gonna try the Estes method, see if they come through a little clearer, and go from there.
Yeah, let's do it. I also have the EDI set up over here because it did go off upstairs, and we haven't had this go off with the EMF in a long time. So I got that back out there again, trying to see if we can get it to interact with this again. But other than that, he's just gonna go under for the Estes because just like upstairs, the Spirit Talker, it's kind of the same idea. We're gonna see if they can interact with us using that because they were upstairs. So let's see if we can make contact with Grace again or Seth or whoever else may be in this room.
It was like, I see you, but it was a really weird voice. And then another voice came in and said, welcome to the, and got cut off.
I see you and welcome to the. Thank you for welcoming here. Are you talking about welcoming to the Bullock Hotel or Deadwood? We love both. They're both amazing places. Both are beautiful locations. We're glad to be here. My name is Steve. That's Dylan over there in the chair. We're just here to communicate with you, ask you some questions, and learn a little bit about...
You're
wondering. What are you wondering? Are you wondering what we're doing here? We're just trying to talk to you. Learn about what life was like back then. It's a lot different than it is today.
Something said way longer or way long.
Way long? Yeah, it was a long time ago. Long time ago. It's the year 2024 now for us. What year is it for you?
Something about poker.
Was that your game of choice? Did you like poker? Anything you say to Dylan over there in the chair, he'll be able to repeat and tell me.
All those kids?
All those kids. Are you talking about the kids that were downstairs when this was an infirmary? Because again, they would have used this basement of this building.
A couple different voices are like trying to come through, but they keep getting cut off.
They would have used it as an infirmary during the influenza outbreaks, smallpox, that kind of stuff. So a lot of people passed away here during those outbreaks. And that's where they think a lot of the children's spirits come from. If you can see me, like you said you can, how many fingers am I holding up? Can you tell me? That just sounded like somebody knocked on this door. That just sounded like somebody knocked on this door. That just sounded like somebody knocked on this door. That literally just sounded like somebody knocked on this door. Guys, it's the middle of the night.
Don't do it. Yes.
Don't go out there? Did you just knock on this door? It literally sounded like somebody knocked on this door. And again, it's the middle of the night, guys. And there's 2 other people, there's 2 other rooms booked in this hotel right now.
The snitch?
The snitch? Did somebody snitch on you?
Here?
They snitched on you here? Was it while you were gambling?
Like a really weird voice came through. It sounded like it said kill me or killed me.
Did you snitch on somebody here? And they killed you for it?
A lot happened.
A lot did happen here. Do you know who owns this hotel? Who was the Sheriff of Deadwood?
I feel like someone just tapped the chair. It was the back of the chair though, which is against the wall, so.
Did you tap the chair that Dylan's sitting in?
We're here to die.
Okay.
Follow me. That's a really deep voice.
Okay, you're here to die. Were you here when it was an infirmary? Were you here during one of the disease outbreaks?
Somebody said you're broke.
That's not very nice. Were you quarantined here in the basement? And you thought they just sent you here to die?
It's a trap.
What's a trap?
Somebody said stop them.
Stop who? From what?
That was a full sentence from a guy. I couldn't tell what it said though.
Who do we need to stop? What are they doing?
Someone just like yelled.
Can you go over to this device on the table? Touch it? Knock it over, push it.
It hurts to hear. So I said, breathe, man.
Breathe? I feel like a lot of what we're getting in here has to do with when this was an infirmary. They had people in the basement quarantined when it was an infirmary. So maybe somebody's here that was here during that time and they were sick. Oh my God. That was another knock on this door. Oh my God. That was another knock on this door. Oh my God. That was another knock on this door. That was 100%. It literally sounds like somebody's just going, like, it sounds like that. There's nobody out here, guys. It's literally the middle of the night. It's like 2 a.m.
Lights, camera. Out of the way.
Am I in your way? Come on in. You can come in the room. You're welcome to. It literally sounds like somebody's just knocking on this door.
Turn it off.
Turn what off? Who are we talking to? Can I have your name?
You heard.
Wait, do we hear your name? Is this Grace? Is this still Grace from upstairs? Did you come down here with us?
Go and tell him.
That's the same thing. Let them know. It was let them know. It's the same thing that I said upstairs. Who do you want us to tell? And what do you want us to tell? That the little girl that they see running around here is named Grace, not Sarah? Grace, if this is you, can you confirm? Can you tell Dylan yes or it's Grace? Again, Grace, can you confirm that you're talking to us still? The same girl that was upstairs? Go over there to Dylan in the chair and tell him, say Grace, say yes, say it's me. Anything you can do to confirm that we're still talking to Grace from upstairs in the 300 rooms. Can you knock on the door again like you have been?
Sorry, no.
Oh. Okay. Is it too hard for you to do that?
Follow me.
It's the second time.
Or else.
It's the second time I said it.
I said something else, but I got cut off.
Where do you want me to follow you? Is that why you're knocking on the door? Do you want me to go out the hall? You follow you somewhere in the hotel?
Really deep voice came through. I couldn't understand it though.
In a little bit, we're going to move over to Seth's room. 211. Is that okay?
So like I said, in a jiffy?
It'll be a little bit. Not right now, but it'll be soon.
We're out of time for this.
You only have a certain amount of time you can talk? Is that what you mean?
What are you doing? Go outside.
Go outside. You want us to leave? You don't want us here anymore?
So I said, lawman.
Is the lawman here? Seth Bullock? Is he in the room with us? Or is he waiting in his room to talk to us?
Great.
Dylan's going to be staying in his room. Do you think he's okay with that? I don't know, guys. Really, really weird. The knocks on the door were loud. Like somebody was knocking on this door multiple times. That hasn't gone off again since upstairs. He said some things that were spot on. That makes sense. Like that, maybe we're still talking to Grace, the girl from upstairs. But I also think maybe Seth's around here, right? Like the lawman, that kind of stuff. Like they said.
Which room?
Seth's room. That's where we're going, okay? Is that okay with you?
So I said, burn.
Burn. Well, there was massive fires in Deadwood. 2 massive fires that knocked out pretty much the whole town. The original hardware building that was on this property burnt down in one of those fires. I don't know, weird. Because some of the stuff is spot on, but like the stuff that
I know who.
But the stuff that doesn't like line up with exactly my questions kind of still applies to Deadwood with the burn and like long.
Whoa, that was a really like deep male voice came through. Like everything else stopped and it said you wanted to talk.
Yeah, we do. We do want to talk. I don't know, guys. I think we're gonna go next door over to Seth's room in 211. We're gonna do EVPs over there. We haven't done any of those tonight, so we're definitely gonna do some EVPs, try to make contact with Seth.
Felt like someone just like kicked a chair. It was like the right side.
So yeah, we're gonna do EVPs. We're gonna break out the equipment again. We're gonna try to make direct contact with Seth before Dylan sleeps in that room. Maybe we can talk to Grace again. We'll try to get her on DR60. That'll be very, very interesting. But I think I'm gonna pull them out. We're gonna move over there. Because I'm excited to see what we get on EVPs tonight because they seem like they want to talk. They're here, they're loud enough where they're knocking on doors, the EDI is going off, they're coming through to Dylan, Spirit Talker's working. So we're gonna go over there, we're gonna try EVPs, really try to make direct contact here before we actually have to call it a night and sleep in these rooms. Dylan's gonna be sleeping in Seth's room, I'm sleeping back upstairs in the 300 room. That's supposed to be super, super haunted as well. We've already had crazy activity, so I'm excited to see what we get while we sleep, but let's go over there, let's do some EVPs and see what we can get.
I don't know if you're like moving around, but it feels like someone's like running back and forth. Good Lord. That was weird.
At that point I was walking up to you, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, it felt like over here.
I never went on that side. The most I went was in between the bed.
Oh, all right. How was that?
It was weird. It was like some of your things were lining up with what I was asking.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't, but they're still lining up with Deadwood, right? Like, so you burn, you had
Right.
Lawman, like all that kind of stuff still lines up. At one point I was asking, you know, who we're talking to, and you said, I said, can I have your name? You said, I already told you that. And I said, oh, is this Grace again? Like, are we still talking to you? And it didn't really confirm it, but like, again, some of the things around there seemed like it was probably her. But it also sounded like somebody knocked on the door.
That's kind of scary.
A couple separate times. So like I went over there and opened the door separate times and checked, and there was nothing out there. And when I did it the second time, he said, in the way. And I said, oh, sorry, like, let me step in, let you in. So I held the door open. And after that, I was like, hey, can you go over there and knock on the door again? Can you give us a couple more taps? And you said no. So it's like, okay, maybe it's too much energy. Is it too hard for you to do? So that was weird. I don't know. The EDI did not go off once, which makes that way more interesting than when it went off upstairs.
That confirms it.
Right, it's really, really weird. But I'm just excited to get over to Seth's room, do some EVPs, because we haven't done those tonight.
Yeah.
Try to make direct contact with either Seth or Grace, get some answers on who is here.
Yeah.
Why are they here? Is Seth still here wandering around? And who is Grace?
The voices coming through were just so weird. It was going back and forth between male and female, and then right towards the end, it was like someone was mad. It was like a male voice came through, and he was very upset about something.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
It
was strange, but let's get over there. Let's do some EVPs before we call it a night and go to sleep in these rooms, and who knows what's going to happen then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. All right, guys, if you've been enjoying tonight's investigation here at the Bullock Hotel in Deadwood, South Dakota, do not forget to drop down below, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you're notified every single week when we upload a brand new investigation. We've been going to some of the most haunted locations all across the country. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure you subscribe. Now let's get back into the investigation. All right, guys, we moved over to room 211. Now, this is Seth Bullock's original room. The rooms have been expanded a little bit, but his room was here, and they just made it a big room now.
Right.
So we're gonna try to make contact with him. We're gonna do some EVPs in here. We have all the equipment set up again. We have the millimeters, the REM pods, the EDI. We're just gonna try to make contact with Seth, maybe Grace, maybe Sarah, if there is a Sarah here,
right.
or whoever
Martha.
else may still be here. Martha, exactly. So we're gonna try to get him to interact a little bit, and then we're gonna get right into EVPs because we haven't done any of those yet tonight.
Yeah.
It's been a weird night.
It has been a really weird night, yeah. So we have all these devices set up. If this is Grace and you were upstairs with us, you should know how they work. You just get close to them, they're gonna light up, you're gonna make some noise. All they do is let us know that you're here, okay? Whether this is Sheriff Bullock, Martha, Sarah, Grace, whoever this is, we'd love to have a conversation with you.
Did you hear that?
Like humming? What'd you hear?
I couldn't tell if it was like a hum or a voice.
Which it's 3 a.m., so.
And again, there's two rooms, like two other rooms in this hotel right now. Did we just hear you? Did you say something? Seth Bullock, Sheriff Bullock, if you're in here, can you go up to any one of these red lights that you see in the room? Wave your hand in front of them, grab the top of them, kick them, throw them, push them, whatever you need to do. All they're gonna do is light up, change color, make a little bit of noise. It just lets us know that you are here. That goes for anybody.
We've been told that you throw stuff. Can you give us a demonstration of how powerful you are, what you're capable of? Throw something, open a door, set off one of these devices.
Knock on a door. Somebody was doing that when we were in the other room. We have some devices that should be able to record your voice. We haven't.
Oh, it's one in the
In
chair.
the chair. Okay,
Yeah.
in the chair.
So do you want us to use these?
That was the REM too. That wasn't
Yeah.
ours.
It was like someone's grabbing it.
Yeah.
Do you want us to use these voice recorders? We can pick up your voice. You just have to speak into it and we should be able to hear you.
Can you touch the top of that device again in the chair? Or do whatever you just did? Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
The intelligence here is blowing my mind, actually. Okay.
Like, yep, I'm very smart. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. Can you grab the top of it so it goes up to red? The closer you get, the more colors light up.
Goes from green to blue to red. Whole bunch of colors.
Was this Sheriff Bullock? Is that who's over there? Grace, is that you? If this is Grace from upstairs, can you touch that device in the chair again?
Actually, something I just thought about too. We keep calling him sheriff.
Yeah.
But he lost the sheriff election. There's a huge political scandal. Do you not like being addressed as sheriff anymore because of what happened? All the drama surrounding everything that happened?
Is this somebody else besides Seth Bullock or Grace? Is this a different person? Let's do something to piece.
Yeah.
So these devices we have, I have one in my hand. Dylan's got one in his. All they do is record your voice. It allows us to hear you. We can't always hear you and we can't always see you. So this just makes it a little bit easier for us, okay? We're gonna give you the floor. We're not gonna ask you any questions. All we're gonna do is count to 3. And you come up into this device in my hand or the one in Dylan's hand. You speak as loudly and as clearly as you can for us. And we should be able to hear whatever messages that you have to tell us, okay? So we're gonna give you the chance to talk right now. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It was like a female voice or like
Yeah.
a little kid. It was like,
Yeah.
it was like almost like a whimper.
Yeah.
That was really, really weird. I just didn't want to stop the recording because it was so quick into it.
Right.
It was right at the beginning though. I was like,
It sounded like it was over by you
yeah,
too.
oh yeah, it definitely came from over here. It almost felt like it was in the bathroom. It was like a whimper. I don't know. I mean, that wasn't a bathroom back then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the rooms when the hotel was first built, there was like 64 rooms in here.
Yeah.
So they made the rooms a lot bigger and they gave everyone a private bathroom. They used to have like one bathroom
It's like
per
communal floor,
Right,
yeah.
right. So this wasn't a bathroom. So it could have been, this was another room over
Right.
here. You know what I mean? So who knows?
Right.
That was weird. It was loud. Let's see if they have anything to say. There's like a little whisper right there at the end, but it's not clear.
Yeah, nothing's
There's like
really
very,
clear.
very faint whisper.
Let's see what this one got. Play it back. It was like a scream
Scream right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a scream.
Right before you counted.
Play that again. Play that
Yeah.
again.
It's like right as you start counting, it screams.
Okay, so that's weird. We hear the disembodied voice over here near me.
Right.
My recorder barely picks up anything. It's very, very quiet.
Yeah.
But yours has multiple things, much louder, multiple words, and then like a scream.
It picks it up at the end, too.
Right. That's weird. That's strange. Let's go, why don't you go over by the chair, because that's where that was going off. And I'll stand over here where I heard the voice, and we'll do some questions.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can talk to him that way. All right, whoever's in here, Dylan moved over there by the chair where we think you were before, okay? I'm over here by the bathroom where we thought we heard your voice. We're just gonna ask you some questions now using these devices again, okay? So when you can, get as close as you can and speak as loudly as you can into these devices. Try to answer our questions. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Can you tell me the name of this hotel?
Is Seth Bullock here?
What is Seth's wife's name?
Do you know where we went earlier today?
What's the name of the little girl that everybody sees here?
Do you like when people visit and they try to talk to you?
One, 2, 3. All right, let's see.
So what we got?
Let's see if they're as interactive now as they were with like Spirit Talker and then that kind of stuff.
Right.
Can you tell me the name of this hotel? Seth Bullock here.
I can't tell what that says.
Can you tell me the name of this hotel?
Can't make it out.
Bullock here. What is Seth's wife's name? You know where we went earlier today? Okay, there's a little girl that everybody sees here. You know where we went earlier today? Okay, there's a little girl that everybody sees here.
Almost sounds like it says Grace. It's like Grace.
It's quick.
Okay, there's a little girl that everybody sees here.
Grace.
You like when people visit, they try to talk to you?
Not really too clear.
No. It sounds like it says Grace, but
Yeah.
it's not. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Let's see what this one got.
Can you tell me the name of this hotel? Is Seth Bullock here? What is Seth's wife's name?
Sounds like it says it right there. It's like Martha.
And there's something else after it.
Yeah.
Is Seth Bullock here? What is Seth's wife's name? Do you know where we
It's
went
Martha.
earlier today?
Yeah. I can't make out what's after it though.
Is Seth Bullock here? What is Seth's wife's name? Do you know where we went earlier today? There's a little girl that everybody sees here. Do you like when people visit and try to talk to you?
That's
So
pretty
that's
much it
weird.
though.
It's like we get 2 responses.
Right.
One of mine, one of yours. They
Different
both are
responses.
names.
Yeah.
Different responses. The name thing has been what's kind of hitting tonight, right? Like, it's not Sarah, it's Grace. Like,
Right.
I've already told you that. What's the little girl's name? Well, it's Grace. What's his wife's name? Martha. That's kind of interesting.
Right.
I don't know. Let's do some more questions, especially since you're gonna be sleeping in this room.
Yeah.
See if they're super excited about that.
Super talkative maybe
Super,
while I'm
you know,
sleeping.
pull you out of bed.
That'd be cool.
That'd be
Yeah,
neat.
That'd be pretty cool.
So let's do that. Let's do some more questions, and we'll go from there.
Yep.
Before we ask these questions, guys, anybody that's in here, you feel free to, you can still use any of these devices that are in here, okay? If that's easier for you, if that's the easiest way for you to let us know that you're here, feel free to do it. You set this one off over here in the chair before. It's okay if you want to use those instead. Just let us know.
And if Grace is here and you were upstairs with us, this device right here, right next to the Bible, we think you set off upstairs. It'd be pretty cool to see that go off again. Like I said, it doesn't go off very often.
Off very often.
Off very often.
I will say though, the one positive thing is, there's been no worry about gnomes here.
True, no gnomes.
I haven't had to worry about a gnome in a month.
See, that's the thing though. During our lives, we still get responses. Like at Malvern Manor, I was getting gnome responses.
A gnome response.
A gnome response. I don't know. Who's responding to gnomes?
I don't know. I'm just saying there's no gnomes here, so.
You've summoned them.
I don't want a gnome to be here right now. Can you step back from that, please? So it stops making that noise?
Do we have a gnome attachment? Is
That'd
it a
be
thing?
Crazy. I blame Chris.
Chris did this.
Yeah. Thank you. Can you grab the top of it again like you were before? If you just came back in the room? Because that hasn't gone off at all. Temperature or EMF since it did when we first got in here.
Yeah.
So could you grab the top of that? You were doing it earlier. It would be really, really cool if you could do it again for us. Be pretty neat.
Or throw it off the chair.
That would also be pretty neat.
That would be pretty neat.
We're not going to bother you too much longer tonight. We're only going to ask you a few more questions.
Going to bed real soon.
Then we're going to go to bed. Dylan is sleeping in here. Okay? So we're going to ask you a few more questions. We'd really appreciate it if you could answer them for us, okay? You got to get as close to us as you can and speak as loudly and as clearly as you possibly can into these devices. I just saw something underneath the door. That's why I just...
Like a shadow?
Yeah, literally, dude, it looked... That was actually really, really weird.
Didn't you say that you were like knocking on the other?
Yeah, so
the
there
door
was
as well?
knocking in the other room.
Yeah.
But, okay, I don't know if they're gonna be able to see it on here.
Like the little,
They can
little
kind
light
of,
from the hallway?
they can't really see it, but there's ambient light from the hallway coming in underneath the crack in the door there.
Yeah.
It just, dude, it wasn't even like something walked by it. It was like something walked up to it and stopped.
That's interesting.
So that's why, like, I looked, I don't know if you saw me, I looked over my shoulder.
Yeah,
and
it did like a double take.
I saw the movement and then I looked back because it stopped.
Right.
But there was no footsteps.
That would line up with the whole Seth Bullock story though. Like he walks around the hotel, like maybe he's coming back to his room.
That was really, really weird.
And
There
he
was,
stops,
there was
you know?
no footsteps.
I don't know what that was.
Did you just hear that knocking?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no footsteps.
I don't know what that was.
Did you just hear that knocking?
Yeah.
There's no footsteps.
I don't know what that was.
Did you just hear that knocking?
Yeah.
Hello? It literally sounded like knocking.
Yeah.
Which is at the beginning knocking everywhere tonight.
Yeah.
Knocking upstairs, knocking in the other room.
Here, now that we're away from it a little bit, can you set off that device in the chair? If you just wanted us to give you some room, just grab the top of that so it lights up again. I didn't mean to get too close. If you want your distance, let me know, okay?
That shadow was so weird.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so solid. Like it blocked out the light. Like I could see it move. It blocked out the light, got right towards the middle of the door, and it just stopped. And that's when I looked back over and it was gone. Like when I looked back the second time, there was no light there, or no
Right.
shadow there. That was really, really strange. It was like, the only I can think of is like somebody walking up to the door and then stopping to put the key in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like they walked up, got to the middle of the door where the thing is, and stopped to put the key in.
Right.
And I looked back and then the shadow was gone. There was no footsteps.
Mm.
It's 3 a.m.
Right.
That was really, really weird. You have fun in this room.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm gonna sleep like a rock,
That's
honestly.
true. That's true. All right, let's do some more questions
Yeah.
before we call it a night here, and give them. Well, I was gonna say give them the room back, but they're
But
not.
I'm gonna be right there.
You're gonna be roomies all night.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna ask you a few more questions, okay? Then we're gonna leave you alone. Dylan's just gonna be in here sleeping.
Hanging with my nomies.
All right, here we go. Okay, come up to these and speak as loudly and as clear as you can. 1, 2, 3. Did I just see somebody walk up to the door to come in the room?
Is it okay that I'm sleeping in this room tonight?
Can you say Deadwood?
Do you use the mirrors in this hotel to get around?
As we're getting ready to go to sleep, can you say good night or goodbye?
Do you want us to come back here and talk to you again?
One, two, three. I really do that shit. I keep like playing it over in my head.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, what could it have been? Because we were standing like we're about here.
Right.
I'm like, what could it have been? But it's not. I mean, obviously my shadow from my LCD screen is casted in here.
Right. But it's not cast that far.
And
It's
look,
not-
it doesn't even block the light.
Yeah.
It was so solid. It was. I mean, the light was gone. The light was gone.
That's interesting.
Right to the middle, and then it stopped. I don't know. That was really, really weird, actually.
Did I just see somebody walk up to the door to come in the room?
It's like a full sentence.
Yeah.
Did I just see somebody walk up to the door to come in the room?
It's bump a bum bum bump a bum.
Yeah.
Did I just see somebody walk
The
up to
cadence is like.
It's weird.
I can't make it out.
No.
Can you say Deadwood?
Something says dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
It's like dead.
Can you say Deadwood?
It's like dead, and it doesn't.
Gets cut off or something.
As we're getting ready to go to sleep, can you say good night or goodbye?
Good night.
Yeah. Good night. It's like good night, and it almost sounds like something else after it.
Good night or goodbye?
Good night, something.
Now let's come back here. Talk to you again.
Okay, so more clear responses though
Yeah.
than we've had at any other point.
Right.
Those are answering. I mean, dead. It's not like it was trying to say Deadwood.
Right. Right after someone came to the door. Though.
Right.
So someone did come in.
Come in.
Yeah.
That's true. Because it sounds like it says something when I said, "Did you just come in the room?" Can't make it out, and then
Right.
it says dead. Like it's gonna say Deadwood, and then it says good night.
Right. It's been
Okay.
intelligent all night though.
Yeah, it really has. Let's see what yours got.
Yeah.
Did I just see somebody walk up to the door to come in the room? Is it okay that I'm sleeping in this room tonight? Can you say Deadwood? Do you use the mirrors in this hotel to get around? As we're getting ready to go to sleep, can you say good night or goodbye? Do you want us to come back here and talk to you again?
There's like
It's not
responses
super
after
clear.
everything.
But think about that, right? Think about this. The first EVP session we do, you're getting clearer, more loud responses after that had gone off, right?
Right.
Or in the area where that was going off. I think I see somebody come up to the door to come in the room, and now my responses are clear.
Right.
And your thing, and it hasn't gone off over there.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
It lines up though.
It
makes
does.
sense.
That's super, super weird.
It's the same thing with the Eddie in upstairs
Yeah.
as well though, you know?
Yeah. Bizarre night.
Very intelligent.
It's about that time. Let's wrap this up. Let's get some sleep, and then we gotta get back on the road tomorrow.
Yeah. Eddie's going off.
Eddie's going off.
Yeah. Right
As we're trying
to
we're trying to go to bed.
It's going nuts.
going
Temperature, literally the same thing as upstairs.
Yes. Temperature and EMF again.
But it's at 66.6.
It's going crazy.
Why? Why is it always at 66.6?
No.
Is that some like weird joke that they
This
do
is a
here?
coincidence, yeah, that they do. The ghosts think it's funny.
What? Like,
All right, we're gonna go to bed. Okay.
that's so weird.
Thank you for interacting with us.
Next to the Bible? Come on, man.
Thank you for talking to us. Dylan's gonna go to sleep in here now. Okay.
Can't wait.
All right. Let's
yeah.
wrap it. Let's get some sleep, and we'll hit the road tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys, we officially survived the night here at the Bullock Hotel. What a weird location.
The eddy still going off blows my mind. Like we said in the video, it does not go off very often, so the fact that it did so consistently is amazing, especially when we were getting ready to go to bed, too.
Yeah, the stuff that lined up, especially in room 302, was really, really interesting. Like the girl being named Grace, not Sarah, her being 6, not 10. It seemed very intelligent and willing to communicate.
Right, it didn't seem like we made contact with Seth, or if we did, it was very limited. So we'll have to come back and check out the basement at some point, but I think it's time to get back on the road and see what the next location has to offer.
Let's do it.